Supergirl is an adaptation of Tom King's amazing story Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, and it is a strong adaptation, but there are differences, one of which being Supergirl's origin. So why was Supergirl's origin changed? Well, actually, it wasn't changed, it was changed back. The Supergirl origin story that most people know is Kara Zor-El, Superman's older cousin, was a teenager on Krypton. When the planet was exploding, she was sent away to Earth in a rocket just like baby Kal-El. But she was thrown off course and was in stasis for decades. When she finally landed on Earth, Superman was grown up, and then she becomes Supergirl. But the story that the Supergirl movie told instead is taken from her debut in Action Comics 252 in 1959, during the Silver Age. Zor-El protected Argo City from Krypton's destruction in a dome. Years later, Kara was born on Argo and grew up there. But eventually, the kryptonite in the soil began to poison the population, so Zor-El and Allura rocketed Kara to Earth, where she met her older cousin Superman. What Tom King did in Woman of Tomorrow was combine her modern origin with the Silver Age origin, but made it as dark as possible. First seeing Krypton explode, and then everyone around her slowly die. Admittedly, I didn't actually know about her original origin story until after I saw the movie. When watching the movie, I thought, oh, that's different, I wonder why they did that. This is why research is important. The movie did exactly what I thought it needed to do, and that was show more of Supergirl's origin to introduce her to audiences and give her a full arc. With this movie being an adaptation of Woman of Tomorrow, some may complain that it did something different. But let's not forget that this is Supergirl's first time in cinema, and it's a new DC universe, so they have every reason to reach into the character's 67 years of history. Screenwriter Anna Nogata really understands the character and found a way to merge the lightly portrayed Silver Age origin with the darker Woman of Tomorrow.
I worked at DC, I'd read a lot of Supergirl comics, and I always felt like I couldn't totally square her backstory with her current behavior. I was always just like, how do I make this character that's lost everything and then comes here and her one relative is Superman? Like, how do I make her sunny? Like, I wouldn't be, maybe I'm a bad person, but I would be pretty cranky or just feel like less than. And then I read Woman of Tomorrow and I was like, oh, okay, I can work with this. Yeah. This is really, really, really exciting.
I judge it doing something different to Woman of Tomorrow by this criteria. Does it ruin the character? No. Is the movie still entertaining? Yes. Does it work in the story? Yes. Is it backed up by source material? Yes. I honestly prefer Supergirl's modern origin, but there's nothing wrong with this. Every version of her origin is very tragic, so her current characterization makes more sense than her classic characterization. In the modern origin, it's a teenager experiencing a traumatic event. In Woman of Tomorrow, it's a teenager experiencing one traumatic event and then prolonged trauma. But the difference with the movie's origin is lifelong trauma. It's a deep, dark story that justifies a drunk Supergirl. But the fact that at the same time she still fights for hope, truth and justice is an impressive aspect of her character. So let's not be purists about this change from Woman of Tomorrow, because it works. It does no harm and it's rooted in the source material. Differences happen because not everything from a comic can work on film. There are things that I think the comic book did better, and there are also things that I think the movie did better. Let's just enjoy the movie as its own experience. So, what do you think of Supergirl? What's your preferred origin? Let me know in the comments below, and may the Force be with you.